Xinjiang children of detained Uyghurs held in vast boarding schools, research claims. Children of parents detained in China's vast system of in the far west region are being separated from their families and placed in huge, purpose-built boarding schools as part of a coordinated end. Children are being placed in highly Zenz, a German researcher as one of the leading experts on China's vast system of camps targeting the Muslim Uyghur minority in Xinjiang, drew on open-source government documents, both state and private media articles, propaganda and evidence from former detainees. In one township where ethnic Uyghurs constitute a majority of the local population, government data show that children, but the parents have, in some cases, been detained without charge or trial, according to a from the UN Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. And Zenz says, Chinese authorities did not immediately respond to CNN's request for comment on the report. Up to are estimated to have been detained in Xinjiang since early 2017. Activists inform the Chinese government says the vocational camps are intended to combat Islamic extremism, and state media there have been no. Most accounts have focused on the fate of adults placed in the camps, but Zenz and other researchers warn of a parallel crisis of children being separated from their parents and channeled into state care. Driven. Open-source information and statistics show that in some Uyghur majority areas in southern Xinjiang, preschool enrollment has more than quadrupled in recent years, exceeding national growth rates by over 12 times, according to Zenz's research. The youngest child, citing reports by security companies involved in procurement, Zenz said that many of the schools were highly secured buildings with surveillance systems, perimeter alarms, and Speaking to the BBC, which commissioned part of Zenz's research, a senior official with Xinjiang's propaganda department denied there were many families where both parents had been detained. Zenz described his findings as showing detailed. Uyghurs, a predominantly Muslim, Turkic-speaking ethnic minority who were historically the majority in Xinjiang, have long complained that their culture and religion were being marginalized by the authorities. For years, Zenz's research comes amid extra tension in Xinjiang as the region marks when protests over attacks on Uyghur workers in southern China turned violent following a government crackdown. In the wake of that
Raindrop, truck top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. I get fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.